What is up, good people? It
What's
is a Monday
happening?
night special, the review show with yours truly, Talitha Kume, and my baby Big Bobby B, brought to you by Food for the Soul Media Group here on Vegas Hype Media on Fremont, you guys. Shout out to Quan keeping us live on FB, YouTube, and the Mixler app at Vegas Hype Media. And we are live on our FB page as well if you guys want to tune in. So basically, we have a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of stuff, some stuff you may want to get in on, some stuff you may not give a damn about. I'm already stumbling on my words already.
It's just tired.
Some stuff you may you may not know about, but we're talking about it on the Monday night special, the review. And as always, our disclaimer is these are our opinions. They are not fact. They are our opinions. If you guys want to weigh in, you can make sure you do so by commenting on our page at Food for the Soul Media Group on FB, or if you're tuning in on Vegas Hype Media, leave us a comment on the YouTube station or the FB page as well. So, but how's everything been going? Because I'm like on a whole nother.
Really,
my brain is fried right now. Do you understand?
I understand.
Okay.
You've been doing a lot.
Okay.
You got like all these events coming up.
Yeah.
And then on top of the events coming up, you got something else you're working on today that sounds like he's talking all along. With all of that, I've been busy.
Yeah.
Trying to make sure that I can create the stuff for these two events.
Yes.
Mentally first before I start putting my hands on it. I started building 2 boxes today.
Okay.
For next week, but I need 10.
Yeah. You need 10.
Yeah, and I have to build one big one this weekend too.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be 3, but I told her I can just bring 1 to this event because they're big boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, our businesses are doing all right.
I mean, we're
right now we're
starting to grow because
we're pushing through.
Yeah.
And we're making sure that we're in places where we can start networking and meeting people. We had a chance to go to an event on Saturday. That was pretty cool. We actually went to 2 events. We went to an event on Saturday that was pretty cool. That was the it was a pitch competition that was thrown by the Urban Chamber of Commerce out here in Las Vegas, and it was basically similar to the Shark Tank.
Yeah.
And so businesses were able to come and pitch and see if they had a possibility to get some money for their business. There was like a competition for startup businesses, and there was a competition for businesses that have already been in business but just kind of needed looking for some extra money, seed money, different things like that. So it was really fun.
Yeah. Do you think that it looked bad on the commerce for them not to maybe pre-train some of these people before they got up and announced before people who sow into businesses? Angel investors and bankers and whatnot.
I kind of felt
maybe like a soft training or something, like a letter letting them know what to bring.
But you know what? Because we were not in on it, we don't know if they did that.
Oh, right.
Because it's possible that they could have sent them a letter and said, hey, make sure that you dress business, or business casual at least, and make sure that you when you're presenting that you're loud and you're able to be heard.
Is there a system that works in those type of events for people? Or is it like say if there was a training is there something that will always work, or is it just be loud and be sure? If you're loud and sure, your point to get taken seriously.
I think that what the guy was talking about, Toastmasters, is very important, because Toastmasters really helps people learn how to develop their speaking skills.
Yeah.
And it and you're able to engage the crowd and figure out if people are paying attention, if you need to switch it up, if you see people looking down on their phones or just disinterested. Yeah. So I think Toastmasters is a good way to train initially. But yeah, it's all about confidence, and it's about speaking up.
Right.
And it's about knowing about your business. If you don't know about your business, then why would I give you money if you don't even know what you're doing?
Yeah.
And so kudos to the people that won, and kudos to the people that just got up there and did it, and it was maybe their first time, because it can be very nerve-wracking going in front of people.
It's super nervous, man. It's
especially
40 people watching you, it's.
And as a business owner, that doesn't necessarily mean that you are a speaker or a talker. Some of those people probably are like, oh, I'm, scared to death speaking in front of people.
Like our man Mr. T.
Yeah.
He's an artist, and I can tell by the way he spoke that he's an artist. You know, so he he would need somebody to speak with him and speak
Yes.
for him.
Right.
So that way his
Right.
brand gets taken serious. But yeah.
Yeah.
So
So that was fun. And then we went to a back to school bash for my job, and went and passed out some literature for that. So
how
we
was
got
that?
out
It
we
was
got out
busy in
this
there.
weekend. It was super busy in there,
Yeah.
but we got there by the time they were closing.
Okay.
So but it was at the Doolittle Rec Center in North Las Vegas. They were doing a really big back to
Yeah.
school bash, so it was really cool. So I
Yeah.
had a good time. So yeah, just been kind of running,
So your
trying to
week
figure out
was
this.
week was
Yeah,
good outside of that.
except for today.
I mean,
Yeah, because I was off today, so which that was awesome. But I
yeah.
was busy doing our stuff. So
You
it's
were
just, yeah,
technically off Friday, supposed to be, right?
yeah,
It didn't feel like you were off
yeah,
either day.
yeah,
It
yeah.
felt like you were on extra twice.
You know what? So that's what it was. So
Yeah.
anyway, let's go ahead and get into our show. And first, I want to talk about the kids going back to school.
Oh yeah.
So I found this article because we know, all of those who do have children, you know, that it's going to be a very interesting time,
Right.
possibly difficult transitioning the kids back to school from being off for a year.
Yeah.
And I want to say, especially those kids who are younger, you know, who is just kind of getting into school and getting the hang of it, those second and third graders and kindergartners and first graders that just got into school, and then pandemic happened, shut them down. Now they're like, oh no, what do we do? So having to learn social skills all over again and different
Yeah.
things like that. So I thought this article was interesting. I just wanted to know your comments, or anybody who's out there watching, what you guys thought about it. So it said that there are 4 things you should do, 2 things that you I'm sorry, 2 things you should do specifically for your kids returning back to school, and then 2 things that you should absolutely avoid. And so the first thing that they said that you should do, being that going back to school is always nerve wracking, but this year may be extra scary for the kids because they haven't seen their peers in over a year, and they've been doing virtual learning. So that means that they're probably going to have first day jitters. So it said the 2 things you should definitely do is
Yeah.
ask them, what are they afraid of? So if you ask your kids, you know, what are you afraid of? Communicate with them and talk to them about some of the things that they might be fearful of or having
Right.
anxiety of. That will help ease their minds a little bit, because you can kind of give them solutions on how to, you know, get over that. And then it says the second thing is you want to uh give them coping tools of how they can deal with any of that stress or anxiety. And I had an opportunity to do this at my job last year. To know, it was the beginning of this year. Was it beginning of the year? I think it was the beginning
It's
of
the
the
beginning of
year
the
or
year.
last year. Was it the beginning? Okay,
Yeah.
the beginning of the year. So the beginning of the year, I really wanted to talk to our kids about anxiety that they might be having actually being home
Right.
during the pandemic and trying to figure everything out. And so I got a chance to do a virtual workshop with girls ages, I want to say they were kindergarten all the way to 17. And I worked with a really, really good therapist, and I don't remember her name. I'm so sorry. But she gave us great coping skills to teach the girls in how to deal with their anxiety when they get overwhelmed with different things. She gave them journals and different things like that. So I thought that was cool. So I think that this is pretty much kind of saying something similar to that.
Yeah.
You want to give them some type of tools and exercises to do when they feel overwhelmed, even if it's just,
Right.
I need to breathe. I need to count to 10, different things like that. And then it said two things you should avoid is watching the news in front of them, which is very important, and then passing on your personal anxiety to them.
That's a big deal.
Kids are sponges, man.
Right.
And
Right.
so with everything that's going on, with you being worried, then of course, it's gonna kind of
Yeah, they'll feel
trickle
that
down
worry.
to your kids.
Right.
So what do you think about it? You think anything else you can think of?
Yeah,
Anything else you can
I
think
was
of?
gonna say,
Mhm.
with all this reset,
Uh-huh.
what are they gonna allow people to, reset?
Hmm.
Because I'm looking at how everything's changed. Okay,
Yeah.
one year
Yeah.
has hit everybody hard now.
Right. Every industry, everything. Yeah.
Everybody's getting
Mhm.
kicked right in the face. So
Right.
it's like now that we're seeing the effects of all of that,
Mhm.
will it be an opportunity to reset? Or is it going to be like, I'm just coming after you. I'm going to kick you out your house. I'm going to throw you in prison. I'm going to do this and do that blah, 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 because you failed over this last year and couldn't hold your stuff together. You
I'm praying. I'm really, really praying that they're going to allow everyone to reset, especially during the school year, because everybody has to figure out now those that are working,
Yeah.
those that are not working. Now we still have to figure out childcare, different things like that. And then this other variants that are coming out. We have to figure out all of those things.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that the
Behavioral, like,
states,
how are these kids gonna do? It's like
yeah, I don't
they're
know.
gonna have so many more challenges.
Yeah, we're gonna keep watch
Yeah.
of that. I want to keep watch of that and see how the kids are doing in school and how they're transitioning. And I'm praying that it will be an easy transition, because
Yeah.
the main thing is you pray that the teachers in the schools realize that it's really about the kids. That's the
Yeah.
reason why you became a teacher, you know? And so hopefully they're empathetic to these kids going through different things and maybe acting out in the very beginning of the year or class or whatever until they get settled down. So hopefully they have taught them exercises and different things to do with the kids too, to
Yeah.
make sure that,
There's
they're
gotta
able
be
to
a lot,
transition
man.
well. Yeah.
Let's transition right into what's going on
Yeah.
in the world today. The government in your state are busy passing key bills that will affect you in this upcoming year. Make it a point to go to your state website and check out all what's going on,
Mhm.
and see what we've been focused on outside of get vaccinated or not get vaccinated.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've missed a lot of laws that have been passed
Yeah.
right under us, right under our noses since July the 1st. For us, all a part of 208 bills have been passed by 2021 legislator. Well, I'm stumbling.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah.
So basically I was just
This threw me
trying to-
off because I didn't know
yeah.
all this was going on.
Yeah, I was trying to read up about some of the things that's been going on, because I think what drew me to this actually is because one of my Facebook friends,
Mhm.
she had posted that in Texas that they passed a bill
Mhm.
that cosmetology instructor licenses they're no longer needed for the cosmetology and barber industry,
What does that mean?
which is a big deal. So basically when I looked it up, so now I can teach classes or be an instructor without having to have a license. So all the people that
What made them have to have a license in the first place? Was it just safety?
I think it's the same thing as being a teacher or anything. If you're supposed to be an expert in your field, then you should have a license, or you should go to school, take a test, and make sure that you're an expert in your field. So that's why I think that they had to have a license. But now anybody can do it. But I'm saying, think about that. Think about
It's chemically. I think that the hair process should have always been an honor system thing. Because you don't go to just anybody. Most of us don't just go to anybody to do our hair anyway. We go to people we trust and know.
not
So
all the
it's-
time though,
Most of us though.
because people right now are trying to make a living any way possible. So people are side hustling, and you got a lot of people who are promoting their businesses who don't know what the hell they're doing.
Absolutely.
And so they're coming out and because they don't have something that shows that, hey, I learned about this, I know about this. You just have to trust my skill set because I saw my homegirl had her hair done and you did her hair. So, I'm going to go ahead and let you do my hair. And they have, no leg to stand on. And really,
How's that
if
any
I-
different than somebody who does like graphics or something? I would think the only thing that made it licensable is the chemicals or something.
Well, I mean that I'm sure that is too, because chemicals are dangerous. So using chemicals on one's head, if I'm doing graphics, that's very different than you putting
Right.
a perm on my head and burning me,
Right.
or you putting a perm on my head and my hair falling out, and you don't know what the hell you're doing, but it's okay because as long as you're in Texas, I can do hair and I'm good.
And it's only in Texas?
That's what I saw so far.
That's big.
So I don't know.
Has
I don't know.
passed or is
Um,
it something they're talking about
I,
passing?
I believe that it's passed and it's going to happen September of this year.
Either
and
way,
so-
once we start
right.
hearing rumors, it's pretty much what it is. I think.
Right. And so that's what drew me to this. And I'm saying, so many laws are being passed right now where they're talking about different things that are going on in each of our states and the world. And we're so busy, and they've got us so focused on all of this pandemic stuff
Yeah.
that we're not focusing on any law. They're just passing laws. Boom, boom, boom. Pass law. Pass law. Pass law.
Has
Pass
more
law.
laws
Pass
been
law.
passed during this?
I'm
than
sure.
any other
I'm sure
time?
they have, because we've been blinded and we're sleeping right now. So yeah, I'm sure that they. I mean,
just
they're
feel like, I
passing
feel like
a
more
gang of
people are
laws.
awake, like, or noticing things now.
No,
Nah,
no, because we're too
Sleep to
busy.
it.
We're too busy fighting over who didn't get vaccinated and who got vaccinated
Right.
or whatever it is, and then people are dealing with loved ones being sick, loved
Pure
ones
distraction,
passing
says
away.
LaDonna.
Heck yeah,
Right.
absolutely. Distraction. See,
Yeah.
and LaDonna said no, no, no. Yeah, and so that's kind of where we are, and I
Yeah.
appreciate you saying that, and I think that it is important for all of you guys at least to just kind of take a look at your state's website and kind of find out what's going on in your world, especially if you don't watch the news, because we don't. I try not to. I watch the news every now and then,
Yeah, I don't watch
and
it
then
at all.
I do a lot of research because we have the show. But for the most part, just watching the news every day or whatever, it just will just wreck my whole little brain. I cannot do it.
Yeah.
I cannot do it.
Yeah, it's too much.
And so, but then not watching it, we kind of miss some key
I would
elements
listen
of what's
to it
going on.
when
Yeah.
Joe's playing it.
Yeah,
You kind of
yeah.
hear like over what we need
Yeah,
to hear, I
so-
guess.
But anyway, so this FB post that I found, I thought it was interesting. I wanted to talk about it because
Yeah.
I think Bobby and I have talked about this before, I believe, but I don't know to this extent that we've talked about it. And this was interesting to me. So this was a person who posted this about being the black sheep, right?
Right.
So she says, the black sheep gets done wrong most of their lives, but are always the ones that are needed later in life. And that's because the black sheep are really the chosen ones. People couldn't accept you even as a kid, and they never knew why. But you grew up to understand why. We carry the blessed spirit, the healing spirit, the manifesting spirit, and we can walk in a room or a house, etc., and shift the entire atmosphere. Miserable spirits will never accept the chosen ones until they need them for personal gain. But we have a job to do. God chose us. Our lives aren't easy, but we live a blessed one. We can't be stopped, and I'm not sure if you've noticed, but no weapon formed against us ever prospers. What do you think about that?
I believe a lot of it. I think a lot of it's true.
You do?
I think it's biblical.
Okay.
Most of the ones who you think are going to be the ones that's going to last or conquer are the
Uh-huh.
ones who don't. It's
Right.
always an underdog.
So would you say David was a
Yeah.
black sheep? Probably.
Absolutely.
You think? What about you?
I believe it.
Huh?
I believe it.
Speak on it.
Believing that I'm a black sheep because I'm the only person in my immediate family that did not go to a major university.
Okay.
I'm just different. I've always been different,
Okay.
treated different.
Mhm.
You know, it's just always been a completely different challenge with me. The way I've learned, watching my brother and sister ace everything, they're always super
Right.
brilliant, and me having to feel like I have to catch up, and I'm the oldest.
Yeah.
You know, because I just learned differently, so I was always outcast. I feel.
You think? LaDonna said, "Where did the term black sheep come from?" I don't know.
Yeah, we need to look that up.
So maybe you
It
can
could
look
be a
that up.
derogatory term like
Yeah.
Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys is a derogatory term.
Is it?
Derogatory term.
Is it?
Yes, cowboy is one that was ran by a ranchman
Okay.
or worked for a ranchman. A ranchman, obviously, is somebody
Okay.
who owns a ranch.
Okay.
So
And they were called cowboys because they
cowboys.
tended to the cows.
So we're gonna change the name of any other team, but we don't want to change that one.
Okay. Well, that's because your boy is that he's the owner.
Right.
He ain't changing that. He ain't
Yeah.
changing that. He got a lot of cowboys.
You did.
That's working for him. We'll speak about that another time.
But
So
yeah, let's talk about this fresh donuts off of Lake Mead.
hold on a minute
Oh.
now, because I wasn't finished with that. So basically, I just wanted to wrap that up
She's
because
passing me up.
because you didn't want to get into it, and it seems like you don't want to talk about
It's
it.
just not. It's
So I'm
too
just-
much. We have a lot to talk about.
I
That's
know,
a lot.
I know we do, but I'm just saying, with the black sheep, do you believe that this person could have some truth to them being the chosen ones? That was the main thing I wanted to rest
See,
on.
that's the chosen one thing. Who's to tell?
Okay,
I don't know about that,
okay.
but I do know that there's a lot of different challenges for being a black sheep.
Mhm.
Quote,
Yeah.
you know.
And we'll look that up and we'll find it out. But I just thought it was interesting because of the conversation that you and I have had. I don't think that I've been the black sheep. I'm
Joe
kind of
B, your
I'm kind
little brother's
of the black
sheep.
sheep now.
Yeah.
And yeah, my brother's the black sheep.
Yeah,
And so you always talk about possibly him being that person
yeah,
that's going to excel, and he doesn't even know his strength.
right. He has
And
no
so-
idea.
So I think that there could be some truth to this. I really
Yeah.
do. I think it could be. But I just thought it was interesting. So now we can talk about places that we went to eat, sir, because you was all
Yeah.
hype
I
about
was ready to
your
talk about
fresh
these
donuts.
donuts.
So is
Yes.
it yay or nay?
It's an
No.
A.
So you ready to talk about it, but it's
Yeah.
a nay?
But the first time I went there, it was a yay.
Okay.
So,
So
I was like,
what
I'm
the
gonna
heck?
go back. But I went there like right in the middle of the pandemic, I think.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, all right, I'm gonna get a cinnamon roll. It's fire. But yeah, I went there the other day, and I asked for some donut holes. Is all I wanted. So I'm gonna get some donut holes.
Okay.
And I had a card.
Mm-hmm.
It's like $120 for the donut holes, but since you have a card, it's like $2.
Okay.
And it's all I wanted. So I was like, all right, let me get these. And they look good in the glass, but I feel like the glass is so long, that little thing. So they have all the good looking stuff close, and then like the trash in the back. So anyway, she's pulling them donuts out, gave them to me. I hopped in the whip and popped one in my mouth as I was driving off. I was like, nah to this first one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe, because you get donut holes, it's like,
Yeah.
it's an option. There's 12 of them there. One of them could be from last night. I don't know.
Yeah.
Popped another in my mouth. Oh, no. So I busted a U-turn. Went back in there. I was like, man, did y'all make these donuts today? Because it's like 9 in the morning.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we made these today. I was like, nah, these don't taste like today at all, man.
Yeah.
What it tastes like was they took and ground up donuts and reused like that material to make donuts.
You.
Yeah, it was bad. It was like a sweet paper towel taste.
Ooh-wee.
It's terrible. So I got the dude came out from the back. He was a nice dude. So I know I whenever he came out and talked to me, I can tell that his issue or what he's dealing with is because of all this stuff.
Oh, okay.
So he had to change some oils and whatnot.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was the flavor was, you can tell it was changed even in the apple fritter. Because that tasted pretty much like ground up donut holes. Add some apples and mash them up into a fritter. It was bad.
So did you get your
because
money?
of the change of the material because of the pandemic, because it's hard to get stuff now. So
Did you get your money back, or did you?
No, I changed to an apple fritter.
Okay.
And
it still wasn't.
It just wasn't hidden.
Yeah.
It wasn't. This place wasn't the same.
So let's talk about the Cali Bomb then.
They're always on point. We've been there 3 times.
We've been there 3 times. So
And
third time is a charm. Was this our third time?
This
going?
is our 3rd time, and even
Okay.
if the onion this time,
Mhm.
you could tell I had set maybe the kids that fried it left it in the grease
Mm-hmm.
and then decided to pull it out
It was kind of greasy.
and then put it on the paper.
Yeah.
Even with that major disaster, their food is always fire.
It
The
was
chicken tenders are
absolutely
baby chicken
good.
tenders. Like you have to order like 30 of them to feel like you've got satisfied.
That's
We
not
don't even-
true. That was not true, Bob.
It was very baby chicken. We ordered 4 and we shared them, and then we shared the onion.
We
So-
ordered 6.
Oh, we ordered 6 and we shared
We
them.
ordered
We shared
6,
the onion.
and then we shared
And
the
they were
onion.
baby. They
Yeah,
weren't.
they
But they
were-
were fire though.
They were real baby, but
Yeah.
what the thing was when you were like, well, we got these and they're so baby and we're not gonna be full, and I'm like, we got this whole loaded
Onion though.
onion
Right.
which had bell peppers and steak and sour cream and all that or
thought it had
whatever. So
carne
we didn't
asada.
even carne
What is
asada,
carne
whatever it
asada?
is, carne asada. I don't know. It's some meat. That's
What kind?
That's beef steak.
Because like if you
it
go to
tastes
like
like
a
steak to
like
me.
a kebab place, they
Mhm.
call lamb beef. It's like lamb beef.
Okay.
So
I don't
what
know.
is carne asada?
I don't know.
What
but
type
it's-
of beef is that?
but it's popular out here
It's
in Las
very.
Vegas. So I don't know. But with that and the
Yeah.
tenders, we were matter of fact, we got full.
We got super full.
Yeah, we got super
Yeah.
full off of that. But so shout out to Cali Bomb
Yeah.
and Fresh Donuts. Let's wait till y'all get it together and get y'all supplies back. So for Fresh Donuts, how many donuts you gonna give them?
Nah, they don't get no donuts. But
Okay.
you can go up there to Winchell's is cool.
Yeah.
And Real Donuts. Real Donuts is my place.
Okay.
Real Donuts is why I'm here. I
Mhm.
feel.
Mm-hmm.
I went in there and I saw that big donut sitting there. It's called a Texas donut. And I was like, oh yeah. Yeah.
And
we
then Cali Bomb,
Cali
how
Bomb
many
for sure. They
flavors?
get like 5 onions. Are we doing the 5 onions for them?
5 onions,
They
whatever.
get
you're
5
gonna do.
fried onions or
Uh-huh.
bombed onions or whatever it is. The place is delicious. It's a really good place, man. I like their concept.
Uh-huh.
And carne asada is skirt steak and flank steak,
It's both of those together, huh?
or either or both together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of the places here, if you don't get either of those, you get shoe steak, which is made out of some sort of shoe leather. Yeah.
Shut up, Bobby.
Guaranteed.
If you guys are just tuning in, you are listening to the Monday Night Special, The Review, and we are going to be right back. Thank you guys for your comments, and make sure you guys continue to comment.
Yeah. Appreciate y'all.
And that was quick. So
Oh, that was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
That was quick. We are back because we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah,
So if
we
you guys just joined us, this is the Monday Night Special, The Review by Food for the Soul with me, Talitha Kume, and my baby Big Bobby B on Vegas Hype Media. Shout out to our girl PR Kasha Brown as we are teaming up to make things happen in the PR and entertainment industry. So she does PR for that awesome water company, and they are gearing up for their own special day with a special presentation this week in Houston. So we are absolutely hype about that. We're hoping that we can get some water so that we can have it right on the table right here and we can drink it up.
Yeah, I
and
would like
taste
to
that.
just
Yeah.
hold a pretty bottle of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's so
Like,
pretty, and on the commercial
blah,
it looks
blah.
so it makes you want to drink it, man.
Blah,
And so we're
blah.
hoping that we can get some of that 1186 water,
Yes, sir.
Kasha. So please bring some back if you can on your flight. And then also shout out to Marlin's Closet and Cafe. They will be hosting their grand opening of their new business on this Saturday, August 7th, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at 910 West Owens in North Las Vegas. You guys stop by. Food for the Soul will be in the building, and I'm going to let Bobby talk a little bit about why Food for the Soul will be in the building.
Oh, man, shucks. Well,
Yeah.
Food for the Soul will be in the building because Orlay will be in the building.
Okay.
Orlay will be in the building with book readers.
Oh, wow.
Book reader sweaters by Orlay and boxes.
Yeah.
So I'm thankful that I have my own section in the store. And because of a mystery thing that I've done for this woman,
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about fees.
At
I get to just put
all.
my things in her store. So
Right.
that's a blessing.
And that is a blessing. So
Yeah.
it's not consignment or anything. It's
Yeah.
just, hey, you want my stuff? Let's see how this works in here. And then because of the cafe portion of it,
Yeah.
she's going to be doing some book signings and some book readings.
Shout out to
and-
Jolie. I hit her up and
and
asked her to go
poetry
ahead and come
night.
on out
Yeah.
here next month for her book signing.
Heck
so,
yeah.
heck yeah.
So that's going to be dope, you guys. So we're going to always plug because our people is our people. That's who we roll with.
Yep.
But that is the reason why we will be in the building. So shout out to Marlin's Closet and Cafe because this will be our first boutique for Chris Orlay here in Las Vegas.
Yes. I'm
So-
so thankful for that.
Yeah.
It's- Yeah.
And that's what we've been working toward, you guys. The whole reason why we moved west
Right.
was for him to be able to shine out here on the West Coast.
And have fun doing what
Yeah.
I'm doing.
Yeah.
And
And
not- yeah.
and be able to just kind of step out of the box because those of you guys that are in fashion, I know you guys realize that there are some places that are just more into fashion than others, and I'm not saying that Dallas is not, but because it's such a Bible Belty town, I
Right.
mean state to me, and city, I just kind of feel like you had kind of reached.
Yeah.
We feel like he had kind of reached his glass ceiling, and he wanted to be somewhere where he could really kind of be outside of the box
Right. Literally.
and not
Yeah.
get looked at crazy.
I get looked at crazy.
I mean, he's
anyway,
gonna
that's
get looked
cool.
at crazy wherever he is, but still, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
So anyway, so shout out to them, you guys. So check that out, August 7th. And so we're talking about stuff, and next we are talking about Vegas and world news.
Yeah.
So
And
have
the
at it.
Bellagio Buffet reopens its doors on July 16th. Families, couples, and groups of tourists began lining up and kept lining up and have kept lining up to the grills and the griddles until the griddles have gone cold.
Mm-hmm.
So we believe some casinos will follow suit and have followed suit. And what's the safest? Oh, wait. And they're trying to find the safest way of doing things in this new situation. Sorry, move this over.
Please move it over. So yeah, what are you thinking about the buffets? That's
I don't
on
like
you.
buffets. I used to whenever I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but I just
So-
don't like the idea of like kids just reaching all over my rice.
So you telling me that Golden Corral doesn't go hard?
No, Golden Corral does not. I don't remember the last time Golden Corral went hard. Matter of fact, the only time that Golden Corral did go hard, we were in Florida, you and I. And we were out there for
Our anniversary.
whatever we're out there for. It was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just don't like buffets.
Okay.
I think I've always been forced to go because family wanted to go and friends want to go.
Well, I love buffets. I absolutely love them. I think that Vegas is known for them,
Yes.
and their casinos are known for them. So I am excited that they're able to have them again in some casinos, and I
Yeah.
really think that they're going to figure it out.
Are they buffets
I
like really
think-
classy, like the
I
ones
think-
there? The Bellagio?
I don't know.
It's a good one.
I don't know because we didn't get a chance to go.
It is.
All right.
It is.
I opened that place up. I worked there the first 4 years Bellagio was open.
Oh,
what?
man.
So yeah, they have crab
Yeah.
legs and like
Is that like a
Different
Friday,
stuff.
Friday thing, the crab legs, or is that like every?
no, it's every day.
Oh, okay. So
Every
yeah.
Man.
So this
Good
isn't
crab legs too, not those little
Yeah.
rinky-dink ones. Yeah,
the
they're
little free
legit.
ones.
It's
All
a
right.
legit buffet.
Okay, I'm with it.
So Quan said that it's dope. So that's probably why people have been lining up for it because
Yeah.
they know that it's quality food.
Yeah.
But like I said, hopefully they've been able to figure out about children and stuff like that, and people coughing all
like a
whatever,
new
however
system
they're
to
gonna
serve
do it.
like
Yeah,
the old furs.
yeah, like
the
how
old
how they had
furs
the
used to go
workers,
hard.
how they had the workers serve you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so
Yeah, that style was awesome. I like that style.
right, and so if
cafe
right, so
or
if workers are masked
Right.
up and they're practicing cleanliness and they're serving us, then it shouldn't be a problem with us.
Yeah.
Having kids and people reaching all over us. LaDonna said, not now. People breathing over your food. Their nasty hands over everything. Not clean. No, no, no.
Yeah, and I'm thinking
He's
about just
saying,
like
no,
the kids
no,
who don't wash
no.
their hands that often.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you don't just think about doing that. You think about just scratching your junk and then like playing with your Legos.
Yeah, but
And then going in there reaching all over the mac and cheese all hard and
Yeah,
grabbing
but-
a chicken leg without the tongs. Like I'm just gonna grab this and then sneezing all hard over the mac
oh
and
my
cheese.
gosh, Bob.
No sir.
Okay, so well, I like them.
Buffets.
So I'm happy that they're coming back because, like I said, that's what Vegas is known for. So
Yeah.
maybe they might get some more people, especially the locals. Because
So what
the
have we
locals,
done this past year
think,
without
yeah,
them?
I
What have
think
we
the
been known
locals
for then?
trying to find stuff to eat.
Let's be known
Period.
for that, man. Let's switch
No.
up the narrative, man.
I like it.
real change.
I like it.
Real reset.
I want it back.
All right then.
So as the federal protection for tenants who have been unable to pay their rent during the pandemic ended on Saturday, thousands of Nevadans are at risk of being evicted from their homes. Community leaders say that Nevadans can still take steps, though, to protect themselves if they expect an eviction notice as soon as August the 1st, which was yesterday. So it said that the Housing Education and Counseling Coordinator at the nonprofit Chicanos por la Cosa in Nevada said applying for the CARES Housing Assistance Program, or CHAP, is key for a lot of homeowners that are possibly getting kicked out, or even
Yeah.
renters that are getting kicked out. It says we tell clients to be honest and to communicate with their landlord at all times. Then hopefully they get approved and they'll get that arrearage cleared out and prevent the eviction. And so it says that a tenant could apply for rental assistance through CHAP, which offers an eligible applicant up to 12 months of back rent directly to their landlord, which is cool, you guys. So it's CHAP out here, CARES Housing Assistance Program, and you can go there and tell them your story, let them know what's going on. I'm sure they're going to have you provide paperwork and different things like that, but they're saying that you can kind of have a stay while you're doing that paperwork. So hopefully if you get approved, then they'll pay up to a year back for you, so you can kind of get situated, especially for those people. That's the part that I have a problem with. I'm having a hard time with the governments and the states not realizing, even though we're coming back from the pandemic, a lot of people have lost family members.
Right.
A
Their
lot of
means of
people,
income
a
is
lot of
stuff
yes,
that
a lot of people have lost jobs. So in that whole year, they're still not back to where they were. They're
Yeah.
still not, and we don't know if they ever will be able to. So it would seem like, each case is different, but it would seem like you would have some type of system set up for all of those people who have been affected by this.
Yeah.
I-
There needs to be
it's-
something, man, because if this wasn't something that they majorly planned,
Mhm.
then they should have way better pillows
Yeah,
for people to fall on.
Yeah.
Because this is
yeah, I agree.
nobody planned like for us
Yeah.
to be planning to change our life right before this mess happened,
Right. Yeah.
and then getting rid of everything and then taking that leap. We were forced to not have anything to fall back on because
Right.
we just got rid of everything right before the thing. So
Right.
there's
And
got to
so
be some sort of recourse.
okay,
for
and
that.
so LaDonna said that, and so even still, okay, so LaDonna, what about this?
Yeah.
She said, what about the owner who is losing money because they are not paying? Who's
Right.
thinking about them? And so I can completely.
That's what I mean.
I
For
can com-
everybody,
I-
there should have been
yeah.
some sort of pillow.
I can completely,
major, not
I
just
can
a couple
completely agree.
$100.
I can completely agree with that. But
Yeah.
the thing is, like this organization, they're paying it directly to the landlord, so everybody wins. So if the government figures out a way to get these landlords their money, then everybody wins. The landlord wins because they got their money, and the tenant wins because they don't have to figure out where the hell they're going to live.
Mm-hmm.
So I can agree with that, LaDonna, and I didn't think about that. You know, I was thinking about the people who have nowhere to go or who have no homes.
Those
but
people who
yeah,
don't get the bills paid won't have anywhere to go either. I thought about all that.
yeah, you're right.
You know, once that ripple happened, it's like smoothing everything out after that.
Yeah. It's gonna be hard. But what's crazy is in the addendum on this, investors have been snapping up homes across the U.S. during the current buying binge, and they're saying that one market that's had a big jump has been Las Vegas. Residential real estate investors acquired 3,043 homes in the Las Vegas area in the second quarter, and they are up 279.4% from the same period last year when the sales dropped. So let's talk about that. While people are getting evicted and losing their homes, we have investors who are buying homes. Whose homes are they buying? Are they buying their homes?
No, the ones that were snatched.
Yeah. What? The ones that were snatched where?
From the people that couldn't afford to pay their rent.
That's what I'm saying. Are they buying their?
Yeah, they've been doing the same thing with cars.
So what's that all about?
I don't know, but like people that own like small car lots are unable to get cars to their lots because bigger businesses have been buying up all the small cars.
For what?
I have no idea.
So we don't know what they're going to do with them.
No.
So that's interesting. I found that interesting. So while the we can't even say the poor man, because it could be middle class. It could be a rich person who lost whatever. They could have lost their business. They could have lost, like I said, they could have lost a loved one who knew all about the business. And now they're sitting here like trying to figure out, okay, how do I go on with this business? And my loved one has died and they're the person who ran the business. So it could be anybody. But while we're out here struggling, trying to get our ends met, people are buying up stuff. Why?
I don't know.
What's going on? Because I want to look deeper into it too, because we've often said and we keep saying and we're going to keep saying that the Hunger Games are starting to look real and
life.
more real.
Yeah.
And that's real.
There's more people talking about buying crypto or starting crypto cities. This is a real thing.
Yeah. And we'll talk about that too once
outside the planet.
And we have another guest. We have a guest that's going to be coming on next week. And then also we're waiting for your boy George to come on because he can talk about that crypto currency. And
George
really
is a master at this stuff. Yeah. He studies every day.
And kind of hip us to what that is and what it's all about, so we won't be fearful of it. Because I know people like myself, people like my aunt, different things like that. We're fearful of things that we don't understand and we don't know. So we just need somebody to explain it to us, but somebody that has nothing to gain. You know what I'm saying?
And that understands how to explain to somebody who doesn't know.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Not beating you up.
Yeah, absolutely. And so in world news, I just wanted to piggyback on the fact that it says 2 million U.S. households owe $15 billion in back rent. This is absolutely crazy. And so it says when the federal eviction moratorium expired on July 31st, according to a new report, the states with the largest estimated number of households in arrears on rent in August is California with 313,300, followed by Texas with 174,900, Florida 171,900, and New York 155,600. And they're saying that California is estimated to owe the largest rental debt. That is absolutely crazy. And why those states? What do you think?
I understand why California owes the highest rental debt because
their houses are so freaking high.
The prices to live there are just dumb. It doesn't even make sense.
So
yeah, that makes sense. New York too.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Texas though is pretty reasonable though.
Yeah, it's pretty reasonable, but Texas is huge.
Yeah.
There's a lot of land.
Yeah. So but
California's huge too though. So.
And then Florida.
Yeah.
So all these states that have been in the news in recent, however, how many months this has been going on.
Right.
All these states have been in the news regularly. So there's a lot to be said about why these states, and why not any other state. So that's kind of interesting. I want to know that too. LaDonna said that they should have regulated those stimulus checks more. Absolutely.
Yeah, like Canada.
Absolutely should have regulated them more. And instead of just sending them out possibly to help those in need, they should have maybe regulated what they should be used for.
They could have
possibly.
been delegated before. Like if you have the ability to send this to my bank account,
Yeah.
just go ahead and send it to the people that
Yeah,
They should have done that,
Yeah.
LaDonna. You're right,
yeah,
because they
I
basically
agree.
just dumped a lot of money in the streets.
Yeah, and then wanted us to pay it back,
Right.
and then people are buying whatever they're buying, but they're having to figure out what's priority for them.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, okay, so because when you look at it, my rent and my car probably are going to be the most priority to me at this point. But if I don't, if I have to choose between my rent and my car note, which
Yeah.
gets me back from point A to point B,
Yeah.
and if I don't pay it, they're going to repo it, and I can't go to work to make the money to pay for the bills
Right.
and the house, which one am I going to choose? Am I choosing the house first or the rent? Like, what am I? I mean, not the rent, or the
Yeah,
car note.
The house,
So I don't know.
man.
So you choose the house, and then your car gets repo. So I guess they want us to be on a bus. I get or
Yeah, I'd
walking.
rather be on the bus than under the bridge.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
And so that's it. That's it for me and
Well,
my.
that's it for her.
and my
But
new-
you know what that means. It's time for Crater to Hate It, baby. And this
Yeah.
is my favorite part of the show.
It always.
And if you are an
always.
artist or an up-and-coming artist looking to get some airplay or get an honest review of what's cracking
Yeah.
and what people think about your music, go ahead and shoot that on over to us and let us honestly review it.
And Bobby will absolutely be honest. Go to our website, www.foodforthesoulmediagroup.press, and go to Crate It or Hate It and submit your music, or you can email us at foodforthesoulpresents.com.
Yes, and we're checking out PJ Richards. First song right here is Second to My Life.
Yeah, let's get it.
Come on, let's take a trip. Show you what I've been blessed with. Give you a second of my life. Come on, let's take a trip. Show you what I've been blessed with. Give you a second of my life.
Peace up to the ones lost. Vision soar through the sky. My life, my love, my independence. All praise to the Most High. Since a younger been about that. School teacher try to snap, so I snap back. It was beans in the pot, never pounds in the drop. To the ball, hopscotch, hide, go get it. Get chased back around the block. Street lights on, nigga, don't get caught. Get beat with the water hose, paw, chest bought. Never knew when he was sad. Always knew when he was mad. That's my dad. Told me whatever I work for, I can have. Guess what? So I went and got it, kept cash in my pocket. Whatever he did, I seen his street works. Church deacon, mentor, born leader, father, husband, teacher. Taught me how to be a man, stand on my old two. Shouldn't fair nigga, they bleed too. If you fall, he can fall too. If he ball, you can ball too. More than enough, all get bucks. Never taught me hate, have faith, spread love. So I did that. Drug cases, beat those, lost it all, bounce back. All I know is how to ball. On my knees, head raised to the sky. Give thanks to the Most High. Blessings for a second of my life.
Come on, let's take
All
a trip.
right.
Show you what I've been blessed with. Give you a second of
My life.
You did.
Hey, I'm a hook person, so
Oh,
you
yeah.
go first.
Oh man, PJ. First, let me say, PJ, what genre of music do you fall under? Because the name PJ Richards sounds super gospel-y.
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know if he has a rap moniker or not. I'm not
Okay.
sure.
Okay, just
So-
wondering because I like your jams, man. I
Mhm.
like the way PJ sounds.
Uh-huh.
I like the way PJ puts words together, and I
Uh-huh.
like the way PJ chooses to say words.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, it wasn't like he doesn't just sound like, oh, let me buy this here plug-in so I can make music,
Uh-huh.
and you plug it in and I got a rap album. That's not
Okay.
PJ. PJ sounds like he thinks about what he's doing and he means it.
Okay.
I appreciate you, bro.
Okay. Kasha said that is her bro. LaDonna said that she likes it. I liked it, and I'm a hook person.
Yeah.
And so whenever I can, I hear a rap song and they have a really familiar hook and they're able to tie in what they want to say and make that work, I dig that. So
Yeah.
I think that he, to me, he comes off poetic.
Yeah, definitely.
So
that,
the
for
way
sure.
he speaks, it's kind of Common-esque to me, because
This
Common
this
is really
song
kind
makes
of
you want to ride. I want
yeah.
to ride this song. I want to figure this song out.
okay.
You know, I want to know what he was thinking when he wrote it.
Yeah.
You know, I want to feel that type of feel through all his music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I-
It's like when you listen to Lecrae, like you get
Uh-huh.
that same taste of clean water when you listen to Lecrae.
Uh-huh.
You don't have to worry about feeling like you got,
Yeah.
the rug pulled out from under you, none of that. Door
Yeah.
slammed on your hand. You just feel like you listen. It's a clean listen. I like this.
Kasha said hip hop poetry. Yes, I can
Yeah.
agree with that. Hip hop poetry,
Absolutely. But hip hop is poetry.
and it is. But sometimes I think the delivery is just a little bit different. Sometimes that's why I said he kind of reminds me of a Common.
We just gotta wake up. Hip hop should actually be another form of poetry, like onomatopoeia, or is that a form? Right.
And he the song was talking about something positive. He was talking about the role models in his life and what happened to him. So I thought it was cool.
Good jam.
Let's
bro.
go with the next one.
Man, what's up, Relative? What you got going on?
Too much or nothing. What's shaking?
Hurricane calling, man. I go back to court on 13th, man. I got this lawyer. He filed the motion. They on deck, so I said going at 13 p.m. It shouldn't be no reason I should leave now because there's no 13.
Okay.
There shouldn't be no reason I should leave out this schedule on the 13th. I got everything written up the right way. I got proof showing that they violated my due process rights. Then I got a motion to dismiss my charges. Said that insufficient evidence to convict me on these charges they got.
I was raised by a hustler that made me a hustler. From then on, learning surf fiends and pitch white. It was you who taught me this. Stack my bread up until I had lows. Few friends, but keep my enemies close. Watch the frown when glasses clean from the toes. Gripping my toes. Envy is real. These bitch niggas more jealous than hoes. Raised in the field. Grimy niggas quick to pull steel. Fuck a fist fight. Fight to survive Saturday nights. Only go raise a family, get me a wife. Had one, she wasn't right, so I went left. Did what's best, hopped in the kitchen. Pyrex vision, now I'm a chef. Niggas talk more than bitches and they need to say less. Puffin' on nails, release stress. Proof that bullets can kill, so what's the use for wearing the vest? Niggas aiming at necks. Thirsty bitches, topic of discussions giving me neck. I'll pass, Stockton. Couple coins to invest stock in. I used to pitch on the rock. On and off the court, that's when I realized hustling's a sport. Starter, perfecting my craft, got my weight up, went even harder. Can knock what I've been a part of, hustler. Stay hungry, savage, pit off the leash, no muzzle. Double ups, got my hustle up. Bigger bucks brought bigger haters, more motivation. Now I want bigger paper. Envious niggas will push your shit back. Stay on your pivot and never look back. Don't forget that, hustler.
What you think?
Motherfucker.
Oh, it's dope. It puts you right in the way he sounds and the way he carries himself. It puts you in the feel of like Shy Grizzly or like Glasses Malone. This cat here this dude is dope.
Okay.
If I heard him feature on something, I would know it was him.
Okay.
He doesn't just sound like another rapper hopping into my boy's studio and making a whatever I heard this other cat rapping about song.
Okay.
He means it.
LaDonna said she'll pass on that one. Probably because of the language.
Yeah, I can dig it.
Possibly. Nas, Kasha Brown said Nas, so maybe so.
Yeah, you know who you're listening to.
Yeah. I liked it. I liked that one too. I liked the delivery of how he rapped and the tone, or what is it called? The cadence of it.
Yeah.
I like that type of cadence.
Yeah, he has
rappers.
like a nice man, the sound is good. It's like, I don't know, what's that dude's name? Most Def. It's like,
okay.
It just, the way it rings in your ear.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The way he sounds is it's just good. I like
that
it.
tone. So out of 5 mics, what you give him?
You can go ahead and get the full 5 mics.
On both songs?
Yep.
Oh, wow. I
want this dude to do 100 songs, like 100 songs in a couple of months and just put them all out. So that way his sound can be just known everywhere because everybody needs to know PJ's voice.
Well, from what I see, he's on all musical platforms.
Yeah.
Spotify,
I see right here. Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube.
Yeah. And and so LaDonna said yes, it was because of the language. I knew it.
Yeah.
And so
LaDonna,
and I am not ashamed to say though that as a believer, I love art.
Yeah.
And so when I hear music, if it's not too much of the language, I can kind of deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I won't knock you, for language if you're saying something that's meaningful. Now, if you're talking about bitches and hoes and all sorts of whatever, then it's a little bit different in if that is the whole tone of who you are and the song. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like in the song he was just talking about how he had to hustle to survive and how he learned or whatever. So to me, I was able to deal with a little bit of the language. So anyway, so 5 mics for him for the very first one. For the second one, I'll give him 4 just because of the language. So I'm with LaDonna. It was the calling the woman a beat. It was the calling the woman a beat.
More of the expression there.
Yeah.
LaDonna, it wasn't him just waking up and just, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't.
Yeah, so I agree with LaDonna. Just sometimes. So we're at 7:54 right now, so we only have a few more minutes. So I want to get into this just a little bit. We don't have to get into it. We can act. You know what? I'm gonna skip this for right now, and
You
we're
gonna
gonna
skip
talk
this
about
huge section
we're
that
gonna
you have
talk
here.
about it. We're gonna talk about it a little later because I really want to get into the movie review. So real quick, Bob, go ahead and talk about our Monday night review.
Last, we're talking about our
Yeah.
movie review.
Yeah.
A Wife's Nightmare, a 2014 movie starring Jennifer Bill. Jennifer Bills, isn't it?
I said that when we
Oh.
was watching a doggone movie.
A woman
Bobby.
becomes suspicious
Oh,
when her
Lord.
teenage daughter shows up. When a teenage girl shows up claiming to be her husband's long lost daughter and begins questioning the girl's true motives.
Yep.
That was her, the mother. Boom.
Yes, Jennifer Bills.
Jennifer Bills.
Yep.
That's right. This movie was, man, this is the second. Okay, the first time I saw this type of depiction of them making several movies. Movies always kind of like make artists look bad.
Okay.
Solo artists like this man.
Mm-hmm.
This man had an album and he was doing good. And I guess he flopped.
Mm-hmm.
And then from then he just,
Kind of fell off.
in a sense,
Midlife crisis type of thing.
midlife crisis is probably what was going on here. His wife was super busy, always working.
Mm-hmm.
And he just didn't feel connected, I guess. So he pulled this elaborate ruse. And I don't understand this part.
I'm talking elaborate.
Like
Y'all
he
hear me?
really put in some work to
You
do
hear me?
this. To be all that creative, and this is what you create.
Yeah.
Ugh. But I'm gonna let you go ahead and talk about your views. I don't want to give up too much.
You don't. Well, basically it was just. I think it showed the depiction between a wife and a husband in the marriage to where sometimes each spouse doesn't feel like the other spouse is doing what they need to do.
Yeah.
So with him saying, hey, you're always working, you're never home, blah, 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 this and that or whatever. And she's like, dude, I have to work so we can eat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm letting you, like I supported you in your craft and everything, and you were on top of the world, and maybe everything was going great, and then you kind of fell off. Nobody was buying your music anymore, whatever. And so that pushed me to have to be able to work more to allow you to be able to continue to create. And now because I'm working more to take care of us, now I get knocked for not doing what I'm supposed to do. It's like, damn, I gotta do everything now.
Everything.
You know what I'm saying? So
and
I
then
gotta
this dude was
go to
throwing
work.
these big fabulous barbecues every
Yeah.
week. Like, bruh, you don't even have like the ducats to be throwing these big
Yeah.
elaborate barbecues every
Yeah.
weekend, inviting all the friends and neighbors over.
Yeah,
was
so
just,
It was
I don't know.
it was good though.
I
It was
liked
a
the
it was
movie.
it was a good
It was
movie.
super lifetimey.
Yeah, it was very Lifetime.
It felt like
but
one of
we-
the most lifetimey movies I've seen in a minute.
We saw it on Prime though, and it could
Yeah.
have been on Lifetime first. I don't know.
Yeah.
It came out in 2014. So if you guys are looking for an interesting movie,
Yeah,
with
watch
an
it. Let's talk about it
interesting
next
plot,
week.
yeah, watch that. A
A
Wife's
Wife's Nightmare.
on Prime, and then let us know what you guys thought about it once you see the twist
Yeah,
in it and
the twist
everything.
is crazy.
so
It's funny.
different. But we are at the end of our show, you guys. It is time for I Said It with Bobby B.
Yeah,
You
I
guys,
Said It.
I do not have Why Should I Care? So I'm gonna let Bobby B take this on because he's better than me anyway. So let's go.
Quan, roll that. Yeah, play that back. This waterhead dude got all. Did it jump? Okay, play that back. All right, that's my fault. 'Cause that's the name of that. Yeah, here we go. This waterhead dude got us art types looking all kind of bad. All that creativity and you are the makeup of fake daughter, then the fashion of working, situationship with your wife. Weirdo. Just weird. Like that reproduced taste of them donuts. You're a bad taste. A complete bad taste. As a city, a bad taste as a city as you push people into the street for not paying their rent. If you care about the needs of American people, make mortgages affordable across the whole desired world. We don't need you to hold our hands. We cuddle on the couch during movie night for that. Small sexual charges, touching. I'm gonna have to stop this because the rest of this goes into what we skipped, so let me stop it. Next week we'll cover it. My bad. My bad.
Oh man, I want to hear
The whole half, the back half of this goes right into what we skipped. whole section.
Oh, about relationships, interrelationships. So you guys,
Yeah.
we'll talk about that when we come back because basically it was about intimate relationships. So I found this really cool article about whether you feel or whether you may be
Yeah.
in an intimate relationship. And
Man, I was
so,
gonna have.
yeah.
I was trying to freestyle the rest of
Yeah.
that to make it not make. Man,
Yeah, so
my bad.
So we're gonna talk about that next week, you guys, and then we'll go from there. But tune in every Wednesday,
Every Monday.
every week, Mondays at 7:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here on Vegas Hype Media and on our FB page and YouTube station. Also, we are looking for sponsors. So if you like what you hear every week, consider sponsoring a show or your business with us. And if you want to be a guest on the show, we're looking for you too. Hit us up at Food for the Soul presents@gmail.com and stay tuned in this week for our weekly show segments In the Mix with Kasha Brown and some other cool review segments. And we are coming back with our movie review segments, you guys. And
Yeah.
so we're going to be bringing you the latest. So just watch, check
Are you
our
gonna
page.
try to tie that into Mondays? Because
Check
it's not
our-
like we have.
No, check our
Okay.
check our page and figure out when we're gonna do it, because we really we miss those Mondays where we just talk about the movie itself.
love it.
Because we keep passing over Bohemian Rhapsody. I've been wanting to talk about that
Right.
for the last
Yeah, we
however
Matt
long.
Damon that
Yeah.
movie every week.
Every week. You hear me?
Golly.
So our show tonight has been sponsored in part by 1186 Water and, as always, Orlay Worldwide. Shout out to our girl Kasha Brown at PR Brown Girl Inc. Agency. Well, it's actually Brown Girl Inc. Agency, but we just call it PR Kasha Brown. But you guys, we are out.
Boom.
We will see you next Monday. Bobby.